Hello, welcome to A Beautiful Mind. My name is Agbola Oni-Orisan, and today I will be discussing this book. The Madness of Crowds, by Douglas Murray. The Madness of Crowds. This book really caught my attention because I read the other book by Douglas and the Strange Death of Europe. And that was also a very interesting book in which Douglas tries to explain how Europe is dying. But this book is quite different because in this book, Douglas tries to take on some of the topics that are so sensitive in our generation now. These topics are so sensitive. He starts off, or he talks about race, he talks about gay, he talks about women, and he talks about transsexual. And these are topics that are in this generation, the 21st century, very, very sensitive. And sensitive in the sense that, Douglas uses an analogy to kind of explain why these topics are quite sensitive. He talks about the hardware and the software. He said there are some issues that are issues with hardware, which is things like, oh, I was born that way. Something like race, when you say, oh, he is born African, or he is born in Europe. So there are some things that are hardware issues, and hardware issues people can understand because you can't change who you are and what you are and how you are born. But he says there are also some things that are just software issues. And software issues mean things that you've picked up, software that you have kind of downloaded. And the thing with the software hardware issue is that the hardware cannot be changed. It is how it is. But the software, according to Douglas, is something that can be changed, or something that you picked up, something that is not part of you. He also said, the fact is that the public can sympathize with the hardware problem because they understand that it's not something you can change or something you can work out. But the public finds it so difficult to empathize or to sympathize with software problems, because they say, well, if it is a software, if it is something that you picked up, then you should be able to change it or to download some other software that will help you in the issue. And the book runs through very sensitive people, things that how people have been brought down from their careers, how people have been stopped from their jobs just because of what they have said, what they have put on Twitter, what they have put on social media. So in this era of social media, we have been able to take away the divide between public speech and private speech. So some things that we put on Twitter now are actually supposed to be for a certain group of people, or supposed to be an answer to a question from some people. But the truth is, there is no divide anymore. Everything you put on social media is public, is in the public domain. And even if you mean to say something private, once it's put on social media, it becomes public. And the truth is, the social media is not forgiving. It doesn't delete your mistakes. Your mistakes that you made 10 years ago may still be relevant today. So, what do I take from this book? First of all, I found it quite interesting to know about these topics because I wasn't too vast with the various topics and the various views. In my opinion, I think Douglas put most of the information out there for us to make our decisions ourselves. And the second thing is just to be careful, to be understanding, to know that there are some issues, there are these issues, and there are the the struggle between software and hardware, and how to place things that are software in the place where software is. And it's a complicated thing. He agrees that it's a complicated issue, and it's what he calls madness, because we all don't fully understand it, so if you have the time, and if you're interested in those topics, read this book. If you like my video, you can like it, or you can forward it to your friends, or you can follow me on all social media, because I post this on a number of platforms. So thank you for listening to my video. Thank you for listening to this topic, and I will talk to you some other time. Bye.